Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video. And today guys, we are going to be unboxing this bad boy right here, the Deadpool MMS746 1/6 scale collectible figure from Hot Toys. Picked this one up on pre-order from Sideshow Collectibles. After my last video, you can understand why, but I'm gonna get this guy open and we're gonna take a look. So without further ado, let's crack into it. All right, everyone. So as you can see, Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool on the front. So I got my trusty knife. I don't think I'll need it, but we'll see if we can get into this thing. And take off the cellophane, the plastic. And there's always a problem. So I'm just going to peel it right off. There we go. All right, so we got that out of the way. So as you can see, here's Deadpool on the cover with his katanas, bullet casings. The one thing I really liked about this that I didn't even realize until I actually got it in hand is that Wolverine's claw marks, there's a gloss plastic, but you can actually feel the claw mark texture. It's the cardboard is cut away and it's just this plastic hard shell case here. Not hard shell, but definitely just a different kind of case underneath. But that's it for the front cover. Deadpool in a pose, obviously not the figure. On the side, Deadpool MMS746 1/6 scale collectible figure. And on the other side, same thing, and it extends around. Here's Deadpool's logo with all the warnings, the creators, and a couple cool little illustrations of Deadpool. All right, now let's get him open. So you slide off the outer casing, and here you can actually see the figure. There's Baby Pool. I can't remember the name of that character. There is Dogpool right there. And of course, Deadpool is right here underneath the clear plastic. Now, this one is the only Deadpool in my collection again. I did sell my Deadpool from Deadpool 2 recently when I pre-ordered this one. I'm trying to keep my collecting down a little bit, so thinned that one out, sold that one off so I could buy this guy. And we're gonna cut that. On the back cover, you can see Wolverine's claws coming through and Deadpool on the sides. All right, let's crack into the box. Always fun. Get it back in front. And we will pull out the clamshell. All right, so on the front of the clamshell, you can see his katanas, his Desert Eagles, there's 50 caliber pistols, Dogpool, and there we go. There's all his accessories, so you can see his extra eye features right here. Baby Pool's in a complete different piece. Underneath is, I don't even know what that is. We'll figure that out here soon. And all the different hands. So we're just gonna get into this thing and take a look. But not sure what pose I'm gonna put him in yet. And we're gonna get him up there. And take Baby Pool out. And it looks like Baby Pool even has a couple eye swaps right there, and his little bottle grenades. And there we go. Now I don't want everything to go flying off. Take that out, and there's the figure. First thing I'm noticing is the red is much more vibrant. There's a lot of weathering that you can see on this figure from the last. The last one was a much darker figure. The reds were more, I guess, magenta, not magenta. They were darker red, blood red almost, which is good because people can't see him bleed. Right under there is the base. Okay. All right, everyone, so I did finally get him out. There's always a lot of plastic and such to get off of him. He's got his hands on him to hold the katanas. Like I was saying before I cut out, he does have a more vibrant red. The other one was a more maroon or dark red to the costume. And I'm kind of liking the new color on this guy. Not quite sure yet the pose I want to have this one in. The pose I had my Deadpool from Deadpool 2 was not my favorite, so we're going to take a look at some of the accessories he comes with and try to figure it out. And I did get the base out. It does have the newer connector for the flight pole or the stand, so I was kind of hoping that the stand would be in here, but all I see is the I was looking for the crotch grabber stand, but unfortunately I think it only has the flight stand. But we take all this out and we move Deadpool here just to the side, get all this plastic and such out of the way. And we're left with the bottom of the clamshell package. So and that's not good, but in here we have a adapter, I believe for our skull pool, maybe? I can't remember the name of the character, but I believe this guy right here is going to go on this. So unfortunately, I think it needs the flight post for that. I'm going to take a quick look for that. So here is the crotch grabber, and I'm actually not quite sure where this goes. I'm probably going to actually have to read the instructions. So I'm going to put that right back for now. There is Baby Pool's carrier, and again, I don't think I'll be using this with my figure for posing. We got all the different kinds of hands, and look at that. There's the piece for the flight stand right there. I don't think that goes in it. And I'm just going to take a look at this till we can figure out. Honestly, I'm still a little bit lost as to where that will go, but we'll figure it all out here in this video. Let's get that back in. So essentially there's the eyes and the swappable hands. I know a lot of people are probably going to use the love hands. I'm thinking about putting his hand, one hand on his gun and one on the sword, but I'm not quite sure yet. Like I said, my last pose with my Deadpool was not my favorite. So I'm going to take a look here and see what we can find. Obviously, he's going to get his katanas, and I'm going to just look for a pose to get him in, and I'll be back with you in just a minute. All right, so I'm getting closer to where I want to be, and I figured out the eyes. So like I said, I've got the gun holster hand ready to go on him. And this is kind of just the behind the scenes of how I choose. Actually, I'm going to leave this one off for now. I've got the smaller package open so you can see everything exposed. I am going to pull all this out. So you can see this is where I got the dagger. Now I'm going to pull one of his guns and both of his guns out, and we're just going to take a little look here. So I know usually Hot Toys has quite detailed, so you can see it's got a wide range of movement, and I know the last one, the magazine actually came out, so you can do that and pop it back in. It's got his little logo. Now, I didn't get the one with the gold 50s Desert Eagles just because I didn't really want to spend the extra money on it, but I see that with Nice Pool you can get them. Now, I'm not getting Nice Pool, but maybe down the road if I can find a set for cheap, I will also buy them. But For now, we're gonna go with the regular Desert Eagles, and boom. So I like to put the hands on the weapons beforehand. It's a lot easier than fussing with the figure, trying to get the gun in the hand. So then I've got that on, and I just pop that back onto the figure, and then there you go. It's in there. So now I'm going to just see if I can, this might have been a mistake. Maybe I should have put it in the, there we go. I probably should have put it in the holster. I don't know if this is really gonna work. I'm kind of bending him to his extremes here, but yeah. So there we go, we've got one hand on, and I'm kind of thinking right now, just something like that. But still working it out, and I will be back with you with any other details. Probably gonna snap this on, and think it's got magnets on the back. Look at that, magnets, so we're good to go there. And I don't know if I want the sword yet out. Let's put them down and take a look at these swords. So again, very nice. I'm already seeing a minor issue with mine. They should be die-cast blades. The paint looks really nice on them, but if you look here, there is a bit of a curve on this blade, and it's probably from just sitting in the plastic. You could probably heat that up and bend it back, but I don't want to do that right now. So we're just gonna pop that back in, and of course I got it the wrong way. Or did I? Yeah, I did. There we go. Back in. And we're gonna put this, find the magnet right there. And there we go. So now I just have to fuss with this. I don't like the crinkle or the kink it's got in the arm right now. So also don't like the positioning of the blades. So I'm gonna work with that, and I will be back with an update on posing. All right, guys, so I have them in a bit of a better pose now. I kind of came to a conclusion on this one for now. Kind of pointing out, you can see I've added Baby Pool to the display base. By turning his foot, his arms will move, and you can pop the little bottle grenades in his hands. You can do the interchangeable eyes, but what I did was, his legs will move slightly, his knees don't. So his feet will actually turn. So I turned it, put it behind Deadpool as I have him standing, and kind of put him in so he'll stand. So I've got him securely in there. Deadpool isn't super secure, but I think the pose looks pretty good. I do have a little bit of a complaint about the material they have on his shoulders. Don't know if you can see here. And it looks like I'm going to be changing it out, because if you look here and even on the front, it looks like it is, if you keep the arm out, I'm afraid it's gonna rip through that, rip through his suit. So I'm probably gonna swap out this hand. Even though I do like him pointing, I'm gonna swap the hand out. I've got Dogpool at the bottom. I've kind of settled on this pose. No crazy posing. Unlike some, I'm a little more careful with my figures, although I don't like a full-on 100% statue pose or just regular pose 100% of the time. I do want to have a little bit of spice on the figure, I guess, and have them in a pose. But now seeing this, I am concerned. The other issue I'm having right now is I do not like how this belt, or the belt that goes diagonally across him, is kind of in the way of the magnet. So it pops the swords, the katanas out a little bit, and I'll just turn them here a little bit for you. And you can see just, it doesn't really sit well with that. But that being said, it still looks like a great figure, but I am going to get his arm out of that pose immediately. So just hang on one moment. I'll be right back, and we'll see my final pose. All right, guys, so I got him finally posed the way I want him. And you'll see I just added on the hand like the other one. Just kind of like he's going for both of his weapons. I'm not really 100% happy with both the hands being like this. I would have liked the fists, a fist, or even one that's open but not extremely posed as this one is. This one was fine, but I find this one's a little bit more like that. So honestly, what would I give this figure out of 10? I'm leaning towards about a 7, maybe 7.5 out of 10. I do think the last one was maybe a little bit better, but the extras he comes with and the color really sold me on him. And I just think it really pops. So that's one for this one. The color being a little better. And unfortunately, it looks like the shoulders and the upper arms are the real issue. But other than that, it's going to make a cool piece in the collection. And Deadpool's back in it. So I'll be back with you guys. I'm going to go take a look, see if I can find a shelf to put them on. And I will show you when I've got them all set up. Okay, everyone. So here they are in my module case next to Daredevil, Cap, and Moon Knight over here. Reviews for these guys is filmed. I'm just behind on getting those out. But there he is in all his glory. And I gotta say, I don't know 100% if the camera's really helping here, but that doesn't do it justice. It actually looks really good in there. But yeah, I will be back with my final thoughts in one moment.
All right, guys, so I've had a few days now to just kind of live with the figure in my collection. Every time I pass my cabinet, I kind of take a look and just think about any different poses I can put this guy in. I think right now I have a decent pose. There are a couple ideas I have for going actually backwards on a pose. I believe the first time I actually posed him up with his hand actually on his gun, it was a little bit better. So who knows, maybe before I put the box away into storage, I will switch that up again. But I just wanted to quickly go over a few of the things that I liked and disliked about this figure. First thing is the shoulders. The shoulder joints are only covered by what seems to be a thin pleather material. And I have to say, seeing the inner mechanics of that shoulder joint moving around underneath that thin coating of pleather just freaks me out every time I try to pose it. It's part of the reason I did not keep his hand horizontal with the point out towards myself or whoever's viewing the piece. It is because I saw the inner mechanics pushing and pressing against that thin material, and it freaked me out. I think I've seen this on one figure before, and I believe it is my Vision figure from WandaVision that I have on my Endgame shelf that just freaked me out, so I put him in more of a floating pose. But that is the main issue I'm having right now with this piece. This figure is just, it freaked me out, to say the least. My second issue is the collar. Now, this one isn't as big a deal as the shoulders, but I found on my Deadpool 2 figure when I still had it, again, I did sell that figure just to pay off for this one because I felt this one would be the upgrade. That collar was right around his neck. Now, I'm sure they gave us a little bit more space with which to do posing, but it looks like there's a bit of a gap at the very front of his neck. It's not super noticeable, but I'm just kind of worried that it just doesn't, it looks a little baggy, I guess. My third issue is the paint to make him look like he has abs. Now, I get it. Henry Cavill Superman figures, they all have the same kind of thing. But I just think they're just too pronounced and it looks too manufactured on Deadpool. Like it's not actually there. It's not a skin-tight suit. I think they would have just gone better with just doing some regular weathering or damage effects to the chest and stomach area. But they didn't. They just kind of sprayed it on like he has abs. And if that's unintentional, then again. And my final issue with this figure is on his back. Now he's got his bandolier or his I guess belt that goes across him. That piece is in the worst position for the magnet on the back. Now maybe the magnet's in the wrong position. I don't know. But all I know is when I tried to put his katanas on, it just didn't fit. And I believe I showed you in the review that it's just off center and it's raised on one side. You can actually see where I think the magnet might be under his coat on the back. If you have him in a pose, definitely show his, obviously most people would, but definitely show the front profile. Do not put him on his side. It will stick out. I did manage to get his belt a little bit over so that I could get the katanas looking pretty well like they're perfectly on there. But yeah, I know it's there. It's definitely off-centered. Other than that, there's not much to gripe about on this piece. I did enjoy the accessories, the baby pool with the harness. The dog pool's really cool. And everything else about him is pretty well spot on. I do like the vibrant red colors. And, I mean, it's Deadpool down right to the end here. I do believe they came out with this figure maybe a little bit too fast. I see that they have a new figure with the actual Deadpool head sculpt instead of the masked head sculpt, which, yeah, it would have been cool. I don't think I'd ever use it, so I'm glad I got this piece, but I just feel it took options away from any collectors that pre-ordered this guy too quickly. And with Sideshow recently, who can blame them? I've noticed that their products are selling out a lot quicker than they used to. Lower quantities ordered, I don't know. My final thoughts really are one more issue, and it goes back to the katanas. The katanas are actually plastic, I believe, again. And again, in the review, I did take one out of its sheath, and it was crooked on the hilt. And that was kind of annoying. I know with the heat gun or something, I could probably get that back and straight, but I just slid it back in because I'm not going to pose them with that katana yet. And when I do pose them, that is just one extra little step I'll have to do. I don't know if that's with every figure or just mine again, but it is a definite issue that I think they could have addressed in quality control. Hopefully it's not everyone's, and mine was just pressed the wrong way for a while. Anyways, guys, it is still a very cool figure. I believe I have it posed here with my New Mutants issue number 98, first appearance Deadpool. And I think it's just a great piece for the collection. This one, I know I did sell my Deadpool 2 because, my Deadpool, sorry, from Deadpool 2, because I wanted to get this one because I really wanted that Wolverine figure, which I do, again, have on pre-order from Sideshow Collectibles. As always, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully this helps you make your decision whether or not you're going to purchase this item or not. I will be back very soon with another video. Until then, you can follow me on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and Vero. Links to those will all be in the description down below. I will be back with more great content very soon, so please like and subscribe, and I will see you all on my next video.